I mean, even ACB was fairly independent, but it would still make moves along with the candles on the SPY, I noticed. So. All right. Well, anyways,
Kroger.
good afternoon, everybody. I mean, even AC. Welcome. Welcome to the afternoon broadcast. Welcome to the end of yet another fantastic week of trading.
Fridays are always a good day. Let's see, is JD going to break it this time or at least test it? Hasn't even gotten up to that 51 yet.
Yeah. What, Kenneth, you're suggesting if I'm looking for short pins? Let's see, where is it? Why do I not have pins on my list? Hold on here. Oh, as soon as I learn to type. Here we go. Pinterest. What makes you think Pinterest is ready for a drop? It looks still looking like it's pushing up here to me. Look at AMD, man. It's pushing higher.
Yeah, it's MU's pushing higher.
Yeah. Nvidia's had quite a day. It's running up nicely, up $14 on the day.
30 minutes into the close. Microsoft, Apple. SPY's pushing higher now too.
Yeah.
Let's see if JD can break through this.
See if CGC gets tired here. It's sort of stalled at 16. It's got some size at 16. A little bit on the ask above that, but not much. It's taking a bounce down here off of it. Might get some opportunity. We'll see if it comes up and retests and fails again. Might be an opportunity. I'm not going to rush into CGC or anything at this point.
There's a ton of orders that come in at 50.98 on JD every time it pushes up to it on the ask side.
Wow, look at the size on AMD up. Wow. Here's the big level 2. Oh. Not now. It was earlier. Oh man. Okay, never mind. Huh. Hey, they've taken the shorts off of CGC. That's weird. Thanks for pointing that out. Otherwise, I would have been wondering why I wasn't going to get filled. All right, well, another one bites the dust.
That happened to me today on AMD.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
On AMD?
Yes.
AMD's always
There's certain days for whatever. Not if you're with CMEG, it's not.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
They typically have it, and then every now and again there'll be a day or two that there's just no shorts available in them.
Right.
I don't know why.
Huh.
And I stopped looking at it.
Well, sure, yeah, if you can't.
Until I pressed my button and I got the yellow bar across my montage this morning.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
If you can't short it.
Here we go. Cleared the 50.98 finally.
JD, yeah.
Yeah.
There's that big order sitting at, where's my screen? Actually, you know what I should do? I need to open the right screen here. I got so excited DJing earlier. I didn't open the right desktop image. There we go.
So, Steve, to me, if, like Thor talks about, you have a lot of stacking that's going up. I initially, when I was looking at 51 and I saw that large order all day there, I was initially going to look to try to kind of short it at that level because I didn't see a lot of orders above that. So I was looking at it as a wall. But ever recently, you got large orders now at 51.02 and you got at 51.19. So I think if it can clear through that 51, it may give a pop up if it can clear it. But just like you see right now, every time it gets up there, it starts to sell off. But it really has not lost the 50 moving average until just, maybe now.
Keep an eyeball here on JD and see what it does. It really, got rejected.
Yep. Got rejected again. Big rejection on it, so. Oh, the SPY, that didn't help it either. SPY just took a big dump.
Reminder for everybody in the room, we will be having the Bearable Traders Social after 4 o'clock. It'll be in the chat room. Just stay right here. And we'll be jumping on, a bunch of cameras.
Are you going to reset the chat room, Peter?
Well, I don't know. We haven't talked about that. I guess we could. We'll probably do that. Just reset the chat room. Everybody logs right back in. That way we don't get all those. A lot of people leave the room sort of open throughout the day and they step away. This way we'll know that those are here to party. Bring your party hats. Bring your drinks. Send us some pics. We'll look forward to seeing them.
What was your entry, Mac?
Jason, come as you are, man. You don't have to get all gussied up for us. Wow, that's a big rejection, JD. I guess the SPY is also pushing down here. I missed that while I was fiddling around with things. Another miss for me. I was looking at AMD. Roku? Oh, yeah, Roku's actually been trending down here for a while.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Wee, says Mac. You're along for the ride, are you, Mac? NC-17. Sorry, I just realized what it was. That rating got me excited. Somebody posted. I'm like, wait a second. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me share my screen. I apologize. I didn't realize I didn't do that. There you are. Hey, everybody. Sharing on YouTube. Kenneth, you were wrong on pins. Well, I said it didn't look like. Well, it's sort of dropping now, but it's doing that with the market. Yeah, so no better than, right? Really? My party hat? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I put the party hat back on. We got to get the party paraphernalia. I thought I was going to say that for later.
DJ back on the mic.
Spinning the wheels of steel for all my chicks and chiquitas, guys and gals, dudes and dudettes. One thing I've learned, here's something for you. If you broadcast to YouTube, you got to be really careful about copyright. They've got some very fancy algorithms where you could even play a couple of seconds of a song that somebody's got commercial rights to, and they will find it. I accidentally did that the other day, if you guys remember, when Brian was on. I played like a James Bond theme, and they found me. Like within an hour, they were sending us a copyright infringement notice. I'm like, Jesus, like I don't know. All right, sorry, my bad. It was amazing.
Even the one that was in the background, remember?
Yeah, it was in the background. We
Wasn't
were
even.
talking over it, and anyways, they figured it out. And they not only did they know the song, like they knew which video I was playing, and I was playing it from a different account off of a different computer. Like I don't know how they do it. Fancy stuff going on back there. It was also on YouTube, but
Fancy and scary.
yeah. Well, hey, that's why you don't make the billions that they make without having figured some of this stuff out, I guess. So Uber, I'm watching Uber here drop back to VWAP, pushing through VWAP here a little bit. AMD is bounced down at 54. Pulled down quickly from 54.30 down to 54 pretty much. And then it's been hanging out here. Yeah, see, ACB pulled back, but not. Blows my mind that CGC is not shortable. I don't. How did I get shorts on? Anyways, I don't understand. I don't understand. Wow, JD got soundly rejected. Although that pattern looks very similar to what we're seeing on the SPY here, if I just look at, compare them, so. Sure, I got nothing included in scale here. Oh.
Don't you hate when you close out of accidentally out of all of your open windows?
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Did you just close everything?
Yeah, I was trying to close one window and I pressed the X on all of
Yeah,
Google Chrome.
You guys were talking about Pep earlier, PepsiCo. That would have been a hard trade to get into. It did this little pop up and then a drop off. So, yeah, I see the move. Not sure that. Pretty confident that wouldn't have been a trade I would have been able to get into. I like it on the 2-minute chart though. Look at the 2-minute, dropped right through this moving average. This pop here would have probably prevented me from taking it, to be honest. You like my hat? Thank you, Abiel. Appreciate
The hat's
that.
good. I truly do enjoy the hat.
Yeah, it's I don't even know where I got the hat. It's my pimp hat. That's what I think of it as. I was looking for one of those nice leather caps that, like, I always picture like DJs from the early '80s wearing, but I didn't have one. Didn't have one around the house that I could find. But I thought it was good that I somehow have the I have the Elvis glasses though. Those are doing it for me. Well, look at the. Can you guys like read my screens reflected in these glasses?
Oh yeah, look at that. Elton John glasses almost.
Note to self: don't wear those playing poker. Shaft. Yeah. I only wish, Kenneth.
Airlines. Let's see.
I
I had
ask
Gal on in the morning, but
I ask my wife that all the time. I did trade RCL, but that's the cruise line, not an airline. Oh my goodness, and it dropped more. Ugh. Oh. It did the other half of the move I was looking for before I got stopped out. That sucks. RCL, I'll pull up RCL here. I took a trade in RCL and I was looking for, I got it up here at 38.80. 38.80, yeah, 38.80. You can see this moving average. So I took a trade in here, but then I got stopped out when it moved back up, and then look, or it must have been earlier actually, because it was long before I started the show. Let me just go to my journal here. Yeah, it was up over here. So I took it here before the moving average cross, and that's why I got stopped out, and then I missed this second half because I was hoping for a move to 37, where you can see we had a previous day high. So that recovered some of the money I lost this morning, but we're still here. Since you have to request. Well, like I said, Kenneth, I got to be careful of copyright. I can't play any copyrighted music. So while we're live on YouTube, so I won't be doing that. I learned the hard way. Shaft. I ask my wife all the time. By now, I'm sort of like, can I like be partly black? And she's like, no, absolutely not. I'm like, oh man. My kids are half black. I just want a piece of the action. Are you on mute, Mike? You're off the mic. Actually, you're not even in the room. What's that? How'd that happen? Maybe when you closed everything.
yeah, I've been talking to myself.
There you go. Oh. See, you wonder why I was
I've
ignoring
been having
you.
conversations all by myself.
Well, it's funny because
Yeah, now I know.
I used to say that I could tell by the light, so I saw the light and I thought, oh, but then I saw your lips moving and I'm like, I'm not hearing anything, and I'm still hearing other sounds from my PC. So, all right, there you go. Anyways, what'd you say? Anything interesting?
There, we're back on.
Deep insights?
No, I was just looking at JD again. It did what I was looking for in the afternoon, but it's too late in the day to try to trade it. It came down, touched the 50 on the 2-minute, and then did the rejection of it and popped up pretty nice. You can get a pretty good risk to reward, I've noticed.
Thanks, Hans. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm about 0% black. My wife's like, yeah, just it doesn't count. It doesn't count. I'm like, oh man. I did a rap video. Does that count? Apparently not.
No?
No. My wife says that doesn't count either.
Really? No. Yes, so Jason, for the OneNote template file extension, you have to open up OneNote, download the extension, open OneNote, and then open the file through OneNote itself in order for it to open.
Trying to find a picture of my wife. I don't seem to have a picture.
Yeah, give it a try that weekend, and then email me if you're still having trouble with it, and I can see if I can send you the file.
Here's a pair of pretty ladies. That's look, it's a Hollywood sign.
Hey, that's over by me.
Yeah, there you go. We went. Those are my daughters. We went to visit March a couple of years ago. Those are my girls.
Did you go to Universal Studios over there?
We did.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
There she is.
I like
There you go.
Universal Studios.
Jason, absolutely. They get most of their good qualities from my wife, for sure. Except height. The only thing I gave them was height. As you can see, my wife is proudly 4'10" and 3/4 inches. So I've got 13 inches on her, 14 almost. So there's a little bit of a height difference.
Yeah. So Lewis, what I'm looking for this full disclosure, this strategy that I've been working on in Sims. So I've been testing it out and seeing how it goes. So, but all I'm looking for is because when I'm normally looking for a moving average cross going into that 50, what I've noticed lately is if it does not completely follow through after it touches the 50 or breaks the 50, the tendency lately has been for it to go back up. If you look back at JD on the 2 minute, I think it was, where is it?
I'm
It was
taking a
later
quick
in the
short.
day.
Sorry, I'm taking a quick short, trying to get a little bit of a momentum push here on JD. See if I can get JD to push lower. Hopefully it doesn't catch me in a squeeze.
Yeah, that's a good short. If you look, Lewis, back at 1246, that's kind of the move or the setup that I was looking at. But it's too late in the day for it to kind of work.
It's getting stuck in this moving average. If I flip to the 1 minute chart, you can see I've got, well, it's in light yellow, but it's this 100 moving average that it's pushing right on here. I took it on the pop as it just popped up a few cents earlier at 50.86. So I've only got 3 cents grace on it. Kenneth, you just want my pimp hat. I'm not giving up my pimp hat. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to take a partial here. Not going to risk it too much since we're heading into the close. Gotta have it. I want the hat. Come on, are you gonna give me more? Come on, JD. My jokes are. I always laugh because I'll tell this story because I don't think I've told you guys, but I tell friends all the time, right? My girls love to roll their eyes when I tell dad jokes all the time. And we finished our basement, so we got a big basement with like a pool table and foosball, and I've got pinball machines, and I got everything down there, right? Like it's a beautiful place. So they invite their friends over all day, all night, sleepovers, whatever, right? Because we know where they are, they're safe. We didn't mind, right? So. And so I had a chance to hear them, and I would listen to, especially my youngest daughter, who was a party animal, talk with the boys in the class.
You looking at JD, Peter?
I'm watching it. Don't worry.
All right.
And of course they would do their stuff and whatever and do their silly things. This is awesome. I should have held on. Oh, that's a big pop back up. Anyways, I'm going to take another partial at 66 if it pushes over that. If not, I'm going to try and hold. Anyway, so these teenagers would tell a joke. There you go. I'm taking a partial here. Exactly the same joke that I told like a day ago, and I got the big eye roll, and they're like, "Oh, you're so funny," and I'm like, "You're kidding me, right?" So apparently, it's all age related because I'm sure that when we were dating, my wife thought I was hilarious. Now she gives me the eye rolls all the time too. So you know, I think it's just one of those things, right? It's you get no respect. It's part of the job. My goodness, it's really coming
Yep.
back. I should have maybe taken more at the bottom. I didn't, but same thing, eh, Hans? It's the same all around. It's not them. It's not me. It's them. Yeah. Well, that's just the way life goes. You know what? Wouldn't trade it for anything. So I almost got stopped out there. Oof. I don't know why it didn't. Well. Oh, that's why. I'm still 10 cents in. Never mind. That's just where I took my partial. I was seeing the little arrow, and I'm like, oh, that's my stop, but it's actually just where I partialed. Yeah, it's the way of the world. But that's all right. My son will at least give me a thumbs up and a good one, Dad. So I'm grooming him for the next generation.
There you go.
Wow.
SPY's
All right.
pushing up higher into the close.
Yeah, I see that. Got a little bit of a move on JD. As you can see, it's bouncing right back up here. May stop me out, or we may just run out of time. Still hoping for a push lower. Still have a quarter of my shares left, but it's not looking hopeful. That last little bit, maybe after, ugh, I'm stopped out. That sucks. Okay, well, I'll have to check, but that may, with commissions, make me break even.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah.
As long as you're sticking to your rules and your processes, over time it all works out.
You know, I didn't at the open, and that's what really annoys me about the day and about my trading, to be honest. So, and that's where the losses come, and it's the same story every time. I just have these days where I try and trade the momentum. I think I get excited. I try and follow Andrew, or you know, and I can't do it. I can't. I just apparently that is not a skill I possess. So
I've given up trying to follow Andrew.
yeah, I wish I would.
I don't have the mental capacity.
Yeah, like he is brilliant at it. Like he really is. It's a wonderful skill, and I don't got it. So I got to stick to my rules and my strategies. Yeah, have a couple of rooms. I love seeing it because it gives me a good impression as to what's happening. It's just those occasional days where my resolve slips, right? And instead of listening to my own, trade sense, I try and trade with others, and those are the dangerous days for me. And today was another proof where as soon as I was able to take a deep breath, right, get right back to it, and then the rest of my trades were great. Like I have no problem with the rest of my trades today. Not all worked, but at least they were following. Like I can go back and say I understand the strategy. This is what I was doing. Like I don't have my trades on it, but I took a short on MU above VWAP. Like, talk about breaking one of my primary rules. You don't short above VWAP. And sure enough, it hit VWAP and it bounced. I'm like, what is wrong? Anyways. Well, my rant took us into the close. Thank you for putting up with it. Let me just do a quick check here on, we don't have, obviously we're done in activities for the week. Next week, we just have some cleanup of earnings. There's a few out there that are going to be coming Monday morning. Nothing huge. Obviously, no earnings at the close today. That doesn't usually happen on Fridays. We did have an IPO today. I did announce it in the room. ADCT went live today for the first time, as you can see. Didn't really do much. It didn't meet my primary criteria because there wasn't a million shares traded when it opened, so it wasn't something that I hit. But I know a couple members in the room took the call out and were able to make some value out of it, so that's good. We did trade a few interesting things in. What was on our list? Let's see. On my list was JD, which I've sort of talked about a little bit. Let me give you a 2-minute chart. Let's do a little recap here. JD had some good moves. I was actually long biased on JD, and I was surprised to see this big sell-off. So that caught me by surprise, but it came and moved back. And as you saw, I was trying to find a short after it moved up because I saw this weakness at the open, but it never did. So that didn't create an opportunity. MU, because the whole semiconductor industry was down. Now, AMAT reported this morning, and some people might have traded AMAT, but I don't like Applied Materials, so I don't trade it. So that's why I was watching MU and AMD, because I'd rather trade them, and I was thinking the whole industry would follow. But as we saw, like the industry actually diverged a little bit, because look at NVIDIA. It sort of bopped around the VWAP until it took off and never looked back. So if you were watching it around noon, you could have gotten a great opportunity and ridden it for the rest of the afternoon. But unfortunately, that was not me. Mike, anything that you traded that is worth mentioning?
I took Thor's call out on Apple.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Thor trading Apple. It's a higher price stock than he normally takes. Did he take it himself? I can't remember, but I know he called it.
I don't think he took it himself. He just,
Okay.
I think he was watching something else at the time.
Right.
But he talked about SPY popping out, and I came on about 10 minutes before that and was watching it.
There you go. Well,
So-
yeah, and he said he didn't trade it. He just called it out. So there you go. Providing value. Thank you, Thor. So yeah, that
Yep,
was a good
providing value. So
Apple. And actually, Jared, who's new in the room, a new moderator, trades options and was talking to us about options. But he was also talking to us about the financial services sector yesterday and then today. And he put WSC back in my mind, and I did take a short on WSC around 1 o'clock. I think he was still on the microphone, but there was this VWAP. False breakout, and then I saw it sort of start to fall. I tried to chase it a little bit. I only got a few pennies and then got stopped out as it moved back up. But that was another thing that I traded. So all in all, there was certainly opportunity today. I found the day, because if you look at the SPY for the whole day, found it a little tough myself. But in hindsight, it sort of looks like the moves were there. You just had to trade to your strategy. Don't try and follow others, and you'll be okay. So, don't forget to journal your trades, guys. Next week, we've got another full slate of activities with the success webinars. Mike, you'll have another, psychology webinar, I guess. With
no, we have Dr. Katz's psychology podcast will be out next week, and then Wednesday we have Hiltzy's breakout. So
great.
Nothing going on Tuesday. Just the podcasts.
We'll stay tuned to our podcast. We will be releasing some podcasts as well, so new ones are coming up all the time. So that'll be that's good content, and we are interviewing our traders for Talk with Traders, and those are great. So I've had fun with them. Shout out to Brendan D for doing one with me earlier this week that we'll be releasing a little bit later.
Yes.
So that's great. So what we're going to do now, guys, we'll say farewell to everybody on YouTube, and we'll remind you on YouTube, come back 8:30 on Monday morning, and we will be here. It's a holiday in Canada, but in the U.S. it is not. And are the markets closed for the holiday? I don't.
I think we have a holiday next week.
Let me check here. Yeah, I forgot to look this up. I meant to do this earlier. 2020. Monday, May 25th, the markets will be closed for Memorial Day. So be aware of that. So we'll be good for next week. Regular trading week next week. Friday's likely to be slow, as they usually are before long weekends. This long weekend's a little bit odd one, of course, right? Because people aren't packing the car to go anywhere for the most part. So we'll see what happens. But in any event, be back with us Monday morning if you're on YouTube. For everybody in the room, if you want to join us for drinks and a little bit of a social hour, we're going to shut the room down in just a couple of minutes. We'll reopen it at probably about 6:10 or so stay tuned. We'll reopen the room. You can come right back in, and maybe we'll just reopen it right away. Just so you can come back in with your drink, your hat, your glasses, and your party attitude. And that's all you need, guys, and we'll see you back here in a bit. All right, take care, everyone.
Thanks, everybody on YouTube.